Will Fetch.Ai be able to recover from the massive scandal they had earlier? Let's talk about it. Hey guys, Foxy is Trading here, back with another crypto video for you guys. And today we are back talking about Fetch.Ai. Now today's video is going to be talking about more about the scandal that happened. We're going to break it down. I always get comments talking about it, asking about it. So I want to explain the situation. I want to give you my thoughts about it. And then we're going to look at market structure at the end of the video. And the market structure actually looks quite appealing. So stay tuned for that. So what happened? We have Fetch, right? We have Ocean Protocol. And then we have a third party, which was Singularity Net. And together, all three of them formed a Superintelligence Alliance, ASI. This was around March 2024. February was the speculations, the teases, and you can see, right? Price absolutely pumped in this moment. When they announced this, price absolutely pumped because it was two companies coming together, three, but two big ones coming together for a unified cause that people aligned with, right? Okay, cool. Their goal was to unify resources to build a community-owned AI ecosystem. Now, as part of this, instead of creating a new token, they just merged. So Ocean's Ocean and Singularity Net's, I believe it was AGIX, AGIX, they converted into Fetch.Ai token, right? FET. Now, what went wrong in all of this? In mid-2025, somewhere around there started to become some tension. According to Fetch, Ocean allegedly converted a massive amount of Ocean into Fetch. It was reported around 600 million without any clear consent. And then they distributed that Fetch across multiple wallets. Shortly after, many of those wallets sent tokens to exchanges, and on-chain analytics suggested that about 270 million Fetch, which is about $120 million, which is absolutely a lot, was moved. Okay, so they saw this as liquidation, or what we call in the market a dump, right? A pump and dump. Now, for the Fetch token and for everybody that was holding, that was the worst news that could have came out possible, right? It was disastrous. Fetch collapsed, right? I mean, we can see that. The downfall, it just plummeted, right? Downfall was imminent. It was happening. 90% almost, right? A lot of people dropped it. A lot of people hated it. A lot of people stopped believing in it. And then what happened after that? On October 9th, so not too long ago, 2025, Ocean officially withdrew from the alliance, the ASI alliance, and they cited that they wanted to do independent funding. Okay. Now, the move, it triggered even more rage in the public. I remember the first time I made a video on Fetch, it was actually during that time. And it was crazy. It was actually crazy. All of the things I was seeing on Twitter, reading comments, it was a crazy time, right? Everybody was basically saying, we just got rug pulled. We just got rug pulled. Now, Fetch offered $250,000 to anybody to find who was behind this dump, this movement behind the wallets, right? They basically made a bounty on Ocean Protocol's project, company, people, whoever it was, right? Just to find who did it, to start taking action, go to court, and all of that. Now, they were not able to find it. From my understanding, that investigation is still ongoing. They are still trying to find it. And the way I see it is Fetch, unfortunately, was hit in the crossfire because they partnered up with a company that they thought had similar intentions. However, they didn't. And because of that, Fetch lost its credibility. It lost its price. It lost its community. It lost pretty much everything. And now they are trying to rebuild up. And a lot of people will comment scam or this or that. But I really don't think Fetch.Ai as a project itself is a scam. I think what they are trying to do is still strong, right? Yes, it will take time to rebuild credibility. It will take time to rebuild the community. It will take time to rebuild reliability, all of that. That is no doubt, right? And I understand if some people still to this day will never believe Fetch and they just don't want to be a part of it because it's too shady and, you know, from the past, they don't want anything to do with a company that maybe had a part of it. Understandable, right? I'm not going to hate on you for thinking like that. I completely get it. Now, there's the other side that they want to invest, they want to take that risk because of the low prices, that maybe when Fetch.Ai is able to rebuild what they have lost, they can get back to those highs. And I'm sort of in that mindset also. I'm not heavily invested in Fetch. I have a very, very small amount of Fetch.Ai. But there is still a lot of you guys that want to know what Fetch is up to. You want to know what price action is looking like, where I think price is going. So my videos are not going to go away, but I also don't want you thinking that I am fully backing Fetch, because I understand what they did was terrible and a lot of people lost money, and I can't really agree or back a company fully just yet, at least, that did something like that. But there's still people getting into Fetch that are new, that don't know about this. So I hope I brought this to your attention so you know it, and that still want to know where price is headed. So I'm still going to be providing that information for you guys, right? And obviously, I always say in every single video that I am not a financial advisor, that you guys always need to be doing your own research, right? Maybe there's a fact that I missed. Maybe there's, you know, something good, something bad that I missed. You always want to be fact checking, not only me, but other YouTubers that you watch, what they say, what they talk about, because it's important, right? You want to understand yourself also what it is you're getting into. So let's look at market structure. So look at CoinMarketCap first. We are down in price, up slightly in market cap, up in volume just a little bit, and still 85% bullish, right? So the majority of the community is still eyeing Fetch. Maybe doesn't believe in it the way it used to, but it is still here, okay? And we are on pretty much all the big exchanges. Now look at market structure. What do I have drawn out here? If you guys watched my last video, we had this imbalance in price. This is what we call a weekly fair value gap, right? We can see how many times price has tested it before it said, nope, we are pushing to the upside. Same thing right here. We tapped it and we pushed to the upside. Okay, fantastic. We know this is a very strong area, which also means it is a very strong buying area. And we are confident that if we buy here, price will not close below and give us a push to the downside, because it has been respected so many times, right? Okay, fantastic. We know that. Let's break it down on a shorter time frame, on the daily, and look what has been happening in the last couple of days, weeks. So we have been kind of in a bearish trend. I wouldn't say it's fully bearish. It's kind of like in a box, right? We had the highs and then lower lows, lower highs, but then we surged in price and we formed a higher high from all of these areas, right? This engulfing candle, it engulfed all of price right over here. And from this moment, we are still trending down, right? We have a lower high from this area, lower low, lower high, lower lows, right? Still bearish trend to the downside. Now, what did I want to see in my last video that I called out was a sweep of liquidity here, which we got, right? We got sweep of liquidity and stay within this fair value gap. This is an imbalance in price, right? Just like the one I marked out before, which we are also in. And now I am looking for a push to the upside. Now, is it possible price sweeps liquidity once again and maybe takes out this candle? Yes, absolutely, right? Because we are still in a bearish trend. There's nothing really telling us for certain that we want to push to the upside. A good pattern to look for to believe that we are in a bullish trend would be something like this. It would be a closure above this high, followed by a closure above this high, which would also result in a closure above the fair value gap. And then we can use this area as a possible support zone, right? So I would want to see price do something like this. Maybe sweep liquidity once again, right? test this fair value gap for maybe a day, two, I don't know how long, give us a closure above, retest, and then start making our way to the highs, right? Start taking out this area and looking for the top liquidity wick. Okay, so that would be the game plan. I don't see us going below, let's just say 17 cents anytime soon, right? I would say that if price were to come back into this area, so between, I would say 20 cents and 15 cents, and you want to take a risk at Fetch, then that would be a fantastic buying opportunity. It is at a extremely discounted price, and it's at in an area that has been respected many times. So you are confident that it's not going to go too far lower. Now, do I think we are going to go back to the highs? It would be nice, right? Now, I'm not going to give anybody fake hope that this is going to come next year. I'm not sure. It is looking like altcoin season will be happening next year. Depends how the yearly candle on Bitcoin closes and a couple of other things, but I have high hope for altcoin season coming soon. When altcoin season comes, you can definitely expect a pump to the upside, right? Now, whether that pump will be to $1, whether the pump will be to $2, whether that pump will be to $3.50, we don't know. We have to adapt to the market. But the one thing I will say is that the risk to return is great, right? So 300% to $1, 870% to $2.50, and to go to all-time highs again, 1,400%, right? So you can see the discount is there, and also the potential is there. Now it's going to take time because they have to rebuild and do all of the things that I have said in the past. But if you want to take a shot at it, I will not blame you for it because of the discounted prices. And I'm always looking at discount prices to get into crypto because that's when you want to be getting in. You don't want to be getting in at the highs. You want to be getting in at the lows. And the lows are here. So I think the time to buy up is now. So if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, comment anything about Fetch, questions, concerns. If you're happy, if you're holding, let me know. Hit that subscribe button. It really does mean a lot to me. Make sure you guys do your own research because I'm not a financial advisor. And I'll see everybody in the next video.